Imagine living your life in fear, a life full of shame, secrets, lies, judgments, and insecurity. Just having those struggles with anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorders, all of which I have encountered that has evolved from my past. And I have a learning disability as well, which was a struggle through school, being bullied, and just many countless words that just hurt and scarred me for the rest of my life. I was bullied so bad to the point where I had physical marks, like my head being pushed into the school brick building and still coming out smiling, even though I just wanted to cry. I always put on that brave face that no one will ever understand the actual hurt that I've ever gone through in my life. Being switched from school to school was just a lot because then I have to make new friends and deal with new bullies and words that have scarred me, that have stuck with me, were stuff like, you're fat, you're ugly, four eyes. Everybody thinks it's a joke, but I don't see anybody laughing, and the sticks and stones never really helped when I was a kid. But I did. I just laughed it off and hoped that tomorrow would be better. My name is Jerry Ann Peabody, and this is my story. When I was 7, something happened to me that has made me lose my self-esteem and my control over what I feel. And till this day, I'm still working on what's happened in my past. And I am 24 years old now, and about 4 years ago, something bad happened to me only 2 days after my birthday, which led to the point of me winding up in the hospital. I would want to say maybe like 4 times within a year, or 2, I don't even know. And my last encounter with the hospital for suicide and, well, suicide ideation and a bunch of other stuff that I just hated myself. And my last hospital I went to was in September 2011, either August or September, and a doctor had given me medicine because he thought I was bipolar, even though he didn't really know me. We'll never really know if I am bipolar, but I never even want to think of it. My friends tell me and I flip out. I try not to, and my mood comes from so much from my past, and I can't bear the thought of hurting my friends or family, but sometimes it's just what comes about. And I was about 22 years old. September 2011, I was put on a medication called Lamictal for bipolar and anti-seizure medication. I didn't even think it was that bad because my friend was on it, but hers was for a different case. And so I did, went with the flow because I was on so much medication at the time. What was one more, right? And, well, it was the start of my journey. I felt like I was dying on this medication and I didn't even know it. I was always sick growing up, so all the symptoms I had was pretty much the symptoms of, you know, like the flu. And then at the end was when I really started going downhill. I started slurring my speech, and that was just the last straw when I went to the hospital. Went to the hospital 3 times. They all looked at my mental illness and just pretty much said it was in my head, and that they didn't believe me, that I felt like I was dying. They thought I was psychotic or something. But I went home. I got sent home with a viral infection like so many times. And it ended up I making things a lot worse. I felt like acid was being thrown in my eyes. I was throwing up. And then the last thing I got was a rash, and I got rushed to the ER and shipped. I don't remember anything, but I was shipped to Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, where I was later told I had Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and I might not live the rest of the week. The Stevens-Johnson syndrome is a disease that makes you burn from the inside out from any medication, even something as simple as Motrin, like even children's Motrin. And I was in the ICU for 3 weeks, and I still have nightmares and flashbacks of all of that. It tears me up just thinking about it, and my family talking about it tears me up, but I like hearing about it because they all like calling me a survivor, and I feel I'm a survivor, but I don't know. I just, I just don't look at it that way. I just feel like ashamed and guilty. But when I was in the ICU, I was on feeding tubes, and I couldn't eat, couldn't talk. I had to relearn sign language all over again. And even now, I still have to use drops because I don't have tear ducts and I don't have nails. I felt like my life was over because now I have, instead of the 4 eyes that people call me, I have 6. I have to wear contacts that prevent me getting a cornea transplant and trying to help me regain my sight. And now I'm at 2020, almost 2020, but I still have to wear glasses, and I have really, really bad sight. Without my contacts, my eyes feel like they're on fire, and I still have a scar on my neck from where the trach was, and as you can tell, I'm nervous, but I'm still trying to cope, and I talked to somebody about how I'm feeling, and I feel like it's working, and I'm closer with my family than I ever been. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be thankful for what I've gone through to get to this point, but it was a journey, and I wouldn't change anything at all in my life to make it better. I mean, everything happens for a reason, and I've become closer to God because of what has happened to me, and I see a whole nother side of living. I don't look at what other people are saying about me. I take it one day at a time, and I've met so many wonderful friends that I never thought I could. I have so many friends that have dealt with Stevens-Johnson syndrome and toxic epidermal necrosis, which is TENS, and that was the one I developed because I was scarred, like burns inside and out, like 80% of my body. And so it's taken everything. Mostly my internal organs have been damaged. And yeah, so I would encourage all of you to look that up. Just educate before you medicate. And I really hope my story will inspire everybody. My motivation is I'm determined to get to the next step in my life, and I really hope that you guys can stay as strong as I have been. I've gotten through this with my family, my support, my friends, therapists, and so many friends that I've met along the way. I hope you guys enjoy what you have of life and live it out, because you never know when it's going to be your last. As I was told, I wouldn't even survive a week, and here I am today. And I hope that all of you guys just stay strong and love yourself. You're beautiful.